the subject line. It's the first 5 words of the subject line. So you want to keep it short and sweet. You want to make it highly relevant, not generic. And the reason why I say the first 5 words of the subject line is most people, they're opening their emails on their phones nowadays. And if you go and open up your email provider, usually you're going to see after about 5 words, the subject line is going to start getting cut off.
Initiating becoming a hiring machine sequence in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, it's Sam Keenly, and welcome back to Becoming a Hiring Machine. This is the show dedicated to fixing recruitment by going beyond saying what needs to change, and instead teaches you how to make that change. Today we've got a great Tactical Tuesday episode ahead of us, but before we get into that, I just want to tell you a little bit about the show. Essentially, we have shows within the show here. Some days we have interviews with industry thought leaders and others who are shaking up the space, while other days we cover things like trending topics. Stop by every Tuesday like today for a Tactical Tuesday episode where we go deep on how to do something that's going to help you drive better results in your day-to-day. Some days we open it up for Q&A, and other days you get a mic drop episode from Matt where he shares something he's been thinking about within the recruitment space and wants you to know. And as a reminder, if you love the show, make sure that you share with your friends. All right, so today's Tactical Tuesday, we're going to follow up on an episode where Kyle Coleman, the CMO at Copy AI, recently joined us, episode 117. If you haven't checked that out, strongly recommend that you do. But we're going to continue this thread of discussing emails, best practices, and other related items. So this one is really smack dab in the, I'll call it the email fundamentals games. And we're going to talk about the 3 most impactful things that you can do in writing your emails. And spoiler alert, it is not the message itself, nor is it the CTA that you are including in there. All right, so what are these items? The first one is the sender. So the sender should be a recognizable name, or if it's a recognizable brand, have it be your brand. But usually, you want it to come from you. And so this is usually going to be the first thing that someone kind of gauges, like, do I know this person? Do I want to read an email from them? Am I expecting an email from them? That weighs a lot into their decision of if they're not they open it. So the best thing that you can do here is try to put a face to your name before emailing them if possible. So you can do this through engaging with them on social, if you're able to meet them at an event or something else beforehand. But the better likelihood you have of getting them to open that email is if you're able to do that. So the sender is very, very, very important to that. Definitely don't underestimate the power of that. Second item is the subject line. This one's probably not a surprise for you, but more specifically, it's the first 5 words of the subject line. So you want to keep it short and sweet. You want to make it highly relevant, not generic. And the reason why I say the first 5 words of the subject line is most people, they're opening their emails on their phones nowadays. And if you go and open up your email provider, usually you're going to see after about 5 words, the subject line is going to start getting cut off. So if you're making it a little too fluffy, if it's not getting to the point, if it just needs to be a little bit more concise, that's just something that you'll want to keep in mind. Because again, if the most important part of, I'm working this great opportunity for you, it's a CMO role, but all they first see is I'm working this great. Why do they care about that? It doesn't matter to them. So you want to make it short to the point. Why do they care? Make sure you're including that in the first 5 words. And then that leads into the third and final point, which is it's going to be about also the first 6 words of the email itself. And so for the same reason, all of this is what shows up when you're in I'll call it the email preview mode. You're still in the inbox. You haven't clicked on a message that you want to check out yet. You're going to see the sender. You're going to see that first 5 words of the subject line. You're going to see about the first 6 words of the email itself, because now it's not going to be in bold or anything else. But these are the things that your recipient, the receiver, is going to be using to determine should I or should I not open this email. So the first 6 words of the email itself, don't waste it on fluff. Do not waste it on filler words. Do not waste it on generic openers. Hi, I hope this message finds you well. Those types of things, because that's not compelling to them by any means. So cut that stuff out early on and make sure that the most interesting, the most appealing part is included in those first few words. So get creative with some of these. We talked a few episodes ago about how you can do the ABCD testing. Strongly recommend you try this out. Compare your best performing emails and then try this approach with it on the other side of it and see, do any of these different variables make a difference in the outcome. But I would bet that you can probably get some quick wins out of these. So hope this one's helpful. It's another quick hitter tactical Tuesday for you, but hey, we're always in search of how we can get those little incremental improvements every day. So appreciate you listening as always. This show is continuing to go strong because of all of our great listeners like you. So hopefully you learned something from us, and if you do try it out, let us know. Send us an email. So as we wrap, Becoming a Hiring Machine is a production of Loxo. If you like this episode, but you're not sure where to go next, we've got a link to a similar one in the show notes, and you can find those in the description of your favorite podcast streaming platform, as well as on our website, loxo.co/podcasts. We do have full video episodes available on YouTube and on our website. And as I said, if you have questions, send them to us. We'd love to get them. podcast@loxo.co. All right, lastly, final request for you. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure that you leave us a quick rating in your podcast streaming platform. It takes you 3 seconds, but it's going to help other recruiters like you to find us. So, all right, everyone, that's the show. That was a Tactical Tuesday. Until next time, bye, y'all.